So in the final chapter, chapter 30, the White Tomb, there's no class, no exams, no nothing, and they're just really just getting ready for the funeral that's about to happen. And as they're getting ready for that, they're just discussing certain topics about things like Snape's still on the loose. Students, some parents have pulled their students already before the funeral, like the twins are gone, and then like Seamus, his mom came to get him, and he's like, "Nah, I'm not going until after the funeral." They had a little argument, and Hermione brings up also that once she brings up the Half Blood Prince's book or Snape's book, Harry's like, "We don't need to talk about that." But Hermione's like, "No, I'm not." She's not ridiculing the book. She's actually bringing something interesting up that Eileen Prince, the person that she brought up before, that she found in the Hogwarts like articles and stuff in the library, Eileen Prince happened to be Snape's mother, and she married a guy named Tobias Snape, and they had obviously Snape, and so maybe that's why he called himself the Half Blood Prince, because he's half blood, because one parent was a muggle, the other parent was a wizard, and one had the last name Prince. So he just kind of put the two together, and him being the same as Voldemort as well, who was half, they just kind of put things together. And Neville's been let out of the infirmary. Bill's still looking mangled, but Harry even said he's looking close to what Mad Eye Moody kind of looks like a little bit, just without the legs and his arm. Um, but as they're going on, Harry can't get out of his head the four remaining Horcruxes he's to find, like the cup, the locket, um, cup, locket, thing that is of Gryffindor or Ravenclaw, and there's something else I'm forgetting. Some small little thing. And yeah, the snake. Um, and as the funeral comes, the funeral was very beautiful. As they went on, they had like a meal beforehand. Not many people weren't really hungry, but Harry noticed who was absent during that. Hagrid was not in his. He's still like devastated, obviously. Professor McGonagall, she's now headmistress, and there's a lot of people that came in from around the world. Miss or Madam Maxime came into town, and there's a bunch of um, wizards and oh, I can't think of the name, but yes, wizards from all over came, and even people from Hogsmeade. Some parents showed up. Harry just noticed a lot of people he recognized, people he's seen before. All the ministry people were also there. He saw Umbridge, which pissed him off seeing her. And then even the centaurs showed up from the forest. They didn't come to the funeral, but he saw them in the distance in the forest. And he also shot some arrows off as tribute. Even the mer people in the lake, they came out and sang a song. Very beautiful funeral. Hagrid brought his body out and put it out in the front, and then it became encased in the tomb with some like magical fiery sequence. Um, and then as the funeral's going on, Harry's not really paying attention, but he's getting emotional. Hermione, Ginny, even Ron's getting emotional as they're talking about Dumbledore and what he represented and everything. And it's the amount of people that showed up just shows how many people that love Dumbledore. And then Harry also at this moment decides it's time to break up with Ginny. So he lets her know, basically, what the usual hero does. It's not you, it's me. And I have to, basically, he said, I'm basically stepping away from you just so Voldemort doesn't use you as a reason to get to me. And then not Hermione, Ginny finds that honorable. She knew it was, I mean, he could tell that she knew it was coming. And she also explains that she's basically loved him since they were kids, like since they were young. And then Hermione kind of just influenced her to, try to date other people first. Maybe Harry might come around to you. So Ginny's just been waiting. She's just been waiting for Harry to, to tell her how he feels, or hoping that he feels the same way. So as that happens, he gets up, walks away from the funeral, and then at this point, Rufus, the head of the ministry, comes up, tries to catch up to him. Basically, tries to propose the same thing that he proposed before, or over Christmas, which is like, you should come by the ministry and make us look good, basically, so people trust us more. And he's like, hell no. Basically, he's like, what do you want? But yeah, he just like tells him off, and then Hermione and Ron come over there and ask him what they asked about, and then he tells them what he's going to be doing after he goes back home. He said, I'm going to go back home, and then after that, I'm going to go visit my parents' graves and look for the rest of the Horcruxes on my own. And at this point, Ron and Hermione, Ron is like, we're coming with you. You're not doing this alone. And at this point, he kind of expected them not to be like, okay, we'll see you when we see you. No, they stood 10 toes down. They were like, we are with you on this. We've been with you this whole time. How could you even expect us not to be with you in this journey? And this caught Harry by surprise. And then Ron's like, yeah, we're going to see you. We're going to come see you over the summer because Bill and Flora's wedding is over the summer. So he said, before we start looking for the Horcruxes, we gotta stop by for this wedding, and then we can start on this journey. And that is the end of this book.